Hey, how you doing? It's Eric from AHA Americans, helping Americans in AMP Live. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're cranking the tunes to 11 and out there doing your thing. Promise come on at 2. We're going to have a live networking event and all that good stuff. We're going to officially, the date will be May 11th, I believe. We'll let it go through a committee and we'll go from there. But hopefully your Saturday's rocking and rolling. Hope you're having a good one. Hey, come on down, do the networking thing. I'm going to buy you breakfast. It's right here. See that? Breakfast in a cup just for you. I'm just kidding. This is crazy. I was inside of Walmart. Now, there's a movie. It's called The Jerk with Steve Martin, right? And there's a thing called Cup of Pizza. Of course, they went out of business, right? But here we got a cup of breakfast. It's pretty crazy. It has ramen noodles, some sausage, syrup, pancakes, and even says on the back, I gotta get the glasses out, it's bioengineered ingredients. In other words, it can't be good for you, right? And all kinds of other shit, but that's pretty unique and crazy. It was pretty interesting, okay? But a little housekeeping, do the loves and the likes, watch the video all the way through. Today, we're going to get rocking and rolling. A lot of things are rolling out for April and May in springtime for AHA, Americans Helping Americans, AMP Live, the American Mentee Program, and VIPeXecs Realty and Lending. Think of it as like maybe a boutique real estate company, real estate firm, right? Investment firm, marketing firm, all those things rolled in together to do what we plan to do and what we're doing now throughout the United States of America. And I'll share some of those things with you. But we're going to talk about some creative real estate investing because that's what it's all about. That's our jam, creative real estate investing today and forever and into the future. Did Friday highlights, a little bit of a different jam today. It's usually sales and a field day. So we're also working, believe it or not, there's some tech stuff going on, right? And some things that are going to be rolling out before the end of the second quarter, like I keep mentioning, right? And that's AHA University with the Sub 2 Master program, the AMP Live program, the one-on-one mentoring program, and a few other ones and stuff that will be given away for free, like the AHA Protege, Surfing for Deals. So you learn how to blow up your phone and email and text with the leads within minutes, not hours. And sometimes it is hours, but it's okay. Just do what we need to do throughout the day. And in the morning, boom, they're going to be bugging you, text, email, people calling you, things of that nature, and people meaning sellers, right? So we're going to share some of that proprietary stuff with you. We're also doing some hiring, okay, in a commission basis, okay? First and foremost, full disclaimer, I am not an attorney. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a financial analyst. I'm not a bookkeeper. It's for entertainment purposes. There's a link down there. There's a telephone number, 909-341-6629. You can go ahead and text that. If you want to attend our next meeting in May, it's going to be a live networking event. We're going to do some training. We're going to have some sponsors from VIPeXecs Realty and Lending, the hard money, the real estate side of things, the private side of things, creative real estate investing as well. Sharing some deals on the table. So if you got money and you want to write a check and do some deals, come on down. If you have deals, come on down. If you just want to network and you're brand new and going, I want to see what this real estate stuff's all about, or maybe you're an agent and you're looking for the edge and trying to figure out or trying to find a home, definitely we'd love to speak with you. We're not everything to everybody, and we are selective in who we work with, and that's going to be the same thing with the AHA, Americans Helping Americans, and AMP Live. It's always been a selection process to make sure that we can work with people who can punch their way out of a paper bag, be coachable, and follow directions, show up to the party, take action, because I guarantee you're going to get results, and then we talk about those results. It's results-orientated and basis. The whole thing is based on muscle memory and showing up. If you don't do anything, you get no results. Whose fault is that? Yours at the end of the day, right? Or anybody, for that matter, who doesn't, I guess use the keys to the Lambo, keys to the castle. And before you do all that, even here's my analogy of what I call the Lambo analogy, right? And that's just like, hey, we can give you the keys. You can watch all the videos and TikToks and YouTubes and spend $3,000 to $30,000 to $60,000 to $80,000, $100,000 or more to learn how to do this real estate stuff right, like people do, and still spin their wheels. It's not that it does not work. It's just that they are not getting to work. And there's a smaller amount of people that are going to be successful at that. So when you have the coaching, you can go so far. But when you have one-on-one mentoring is what we found. And it's based on muscle memory. It's based on actually physically doing something like, hey, this is something, I'll pick it up, right? Sharing breakfast. Yes, I'll buy you breakfast. It's right here, right? It's doing something. You gotta move. You gotta keep moving. If you don't move, then it turns into, that's where moss and all that shit happens, right? You want to constantly be moving, right? Because as they say, a rolling stone, you keep on rolling, you're not going to gather any of that crap and excess luggage and, all that good stuff. But the bottom line is, with the Lambo scenario, back to that, is that you have to, look, we can give you keys to the Lambo. Come and drive it. We even got a racetrack we're going to let you test and practice on, right? But eventually, you'll drive it on a road, and hopefully you don't damage it and mess it up and crash it, right? And if you do, then that's what insurance and everything else is for, right? Think of it as like a business. But at the same token, when you get to the racetrack, we give you the keys and say, fire it up. So you can fill it, make sure the seat is where it needs to be. And then we're going to tell you, turn it off and give us the keys. Now let's go train. Train on what? To show you how to drive a Lambo or even a race car. You're going to go, well, what do I got to train for that? Well, because it's dangerous waters out there, right? You just give you the Lambo and what might be too much power for you. You might not be able to control it. You might not be able to drive a stick or whatever, all the knobs. What are they all for? It's a different type of vehicle, right? Even a race car is going to be different depending on the type of race car, right? So when you do that, to keep you from crashing and burning is what usually happens to most people, even when they get into programs and they do this stuff and they spend, a bunch of money on programs and trying to get a hold of a coach and PDFs. And I always say the same stuff, right? It's the bottom line is that, group with the blind leading the blind. I get it. Community can help each other. People can help each other do things, but you can only go so far. And there's only so many that are going to rise to the top and become the rock stars at the end of the day, right? Maybe some will do some deals and disappear. Some will move forward, or some think they got it all covered and then they do their stuff, or they'll be part of the community. Maybe they want to be attached to it more. Everybody, there's like 4 different personality types and then 4 subtypes in between there, where you got your salespeople, you got your Cardones and all that good stuff, right? And then you got other people that are, the Wolf of Wall Street type people. You got your, Bill Gates, type of people that are behind the scenes or whatever. And, your Elon Musks, that they get shit done, but they're, they're a little bit of both. They're a little bit of, the sales part, or they're a little bit of everything, depends on the personality type. And you can learn that over time. Is usually what happens is that you start learning that stuff over time. And, but the goal is here is just talk a little bit about what we got going on, what you're doing. Hopefully I'm going to maybe throw a couple of pro tips here and some things that you can take into the field. Like, for example, being able to find deals. Where should you be going after deals right now? Where are the deals? Distress situations, distress deals, right? People are going after, expired listings, and they're going after the MLS stuff, and they're talking with agents, and agents are being more susceptible to talking with real estate investors to a degree. This depends on where they're at in their career. And some are looking for homes, and some are still trying to figure it out, and some are still trying to figure out how to wholesale. And so others are going, hey, I think I got to pivot to buy and hold, or maybe fix and flip, or I got to learn this creative real estate stuff because I ran out of money and I bought this property and this quad and this and that. Now I'm all tapped out. I got to figure out how to buy more property. Well, that's where the creative real estate investing umbrella comes in, right? Where you can use leverage. And it's an acquired taste. At the same token, there's only so many people that are willing to go through and learn all that good stuff, right? We're going to make it easy for you, though. Make it super, super easy. Now, as AMP Live and the one-on-one mentoring program starts to change and obviously evolve and adjust and adapt and rock into the future, then what needs to happen is that we and you are going to be adapting together and hopefully move forward into the next cycle together, and then the next cycle and the next cycle. And it depends on how young you are. You hit several cycles, right? It happens. A lot of people will crash and burn too. A lot of people are rocking and rolling right now will not be rocking and rolling next cycle, or maybe they'll retire, or maybe they're just going to have to pivot. Depends on what happens. But we'll eliminate the doom and gloom. So the bottom line is that, yes, stuff's still going back and forth. It's contracting. The market is contracting. Seller, buyer, depending on the areas, depending on what's happening, depending on how much cash you got, right? Depending on a lot of things that are happening in the United States of America as well as the world. But we're going to focus on deals, lead generation, having systems and processes in place, even if it's just you, 2 or 3 people, right? You want to put those things in place. You can always continue to use elbow grease and spreadsheets and things of that nature. Do they work? Sure. A lot of people say, oh, don't do any of that. You don't need to do any of that. Just go talk belly to belly network. So yeah, everything works. I call them verticals. Every single vertical works, but you got to build them one at a time, become awesome at one, then do another one, and then do another one, and then do what works for your business. It's kind of like the CRMs in the past and the CRMs of today. In the past, it was pretty much impossible to find a CRM that would be everything for real estate. It'd have a bunch of stovetop remedies. Do a little bit of this and do this one and work on this platform and log it into all kinds of stuff. Now with technology, you can have one CRM, tap in with API and code and all that good stuff to be able to use one, and then many ones, right? But everything's always evolving and changing, including the AI stuff, right? Artificial intelligence and voice and all that good stuff. Text has got some issues, right? So everybody's adapting to that. So you just got to be prepared. But I will share with you that the art of the deal, the AMP Live method, creative real estate investing, and working with us, the most important part is you, right? You right here in your brain, right? And that's where you can have your storehouse. But when we're working with you, we're going to share those proprietary things with you so you can take them on the road and share them with your family or others, and then move forward into the business, or continue to work with us and do deals and all that good stuff, right? And build a business. We're not going anywhere, but it's very important to learn that and then adjust. The technology is about 20%. So it's just adapting to the technology as it moves and changes and evolves. Some stuff gets depleted. Some stuff, it expands and grows and going, hey, this is where everybody's going. It's cool to follow the trends to a degree, but you always want to customize you, yourself, and your brand. Now, people are becoming brands nowadays thanks to social media, right? So everybody's pushing the social media, and I get it. It's a necessary evil, and if it's for business, great. Personally, if it was for personal, I would not be on here, right? I would not be sharing anything on any of these platforms because I like my core small and I like my privacy, right? But here we are, right? Social media, everybody's going to know and does whatever it's going to do. But if I was not in this business right now, trust me, somebody else would be doing it. Or if it was a different type of business, right? And I may or may not be doing what I'd be doing here or not. I know and even now, I don't put personal things on social media. There's a reason for that, right? And others are okay with it, right? Especially if you're a big dog, cool, and you got staff and you got security and bodyguards, and it's probably okay to do, right? Because it's just this way of the world, right? Whether it's 1980s or here in the 2004s, right? There's always going to be craziness in the world. So, and the way with information and all that good stuff, it's just super easy to locate, find people and things of that nature. You just got to be smart and be aware, right? Get out of the cloud and just hyper focus. It's okay. Hey, I think it's okay to be a little paranoid. It's okay to be super, super self-aware of things, right? Because it's going to keep you alive, right? It's going to keep you from other things that can and possibly will happen in this world, right? But we'll get off that soapbox. We're going to talk about real estate. So right now I changed this up. So we got the AMP Live Real Estate Show. It's Saturday and Saturday training, live Saturday training. We're not going to go out into the field today. We're going to change this up a little bit. Maybe next Saturday we will. So if you want to join, PM or text that 909-341-6629 number, and we'll get you an invite. You can come out, meet with us, do a little training, get out into the field, rock some deals. So here's a PSA announcement since I'm thinking about it, and always live and uncut. So I don't have an agenda or review, just a little bit of topic, agenda. It's right here in the brain, and we just lay it out. Now, obviously, that stuff's going to start changing. Yes, it'll be a little more organized, and not even organized. It's just going to be more about the topics. Let's do this, that. I just don't want to make it kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not just boring, but, saying, hey, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to train. And I get it. We set those up, then we're just going to train on just that. Saturday training. What should you be doing right now? It's Saturday. Can you be door knocking? Does it work? Yes. Can you be calling? Yes. if you got the A2P set up and 800 numbers or regular numbers and you're working your CRMs, right? Whether it's, REI Reply, whether it's Batch, whether it's REI Black Book or Real Flow. That was a good one back in the day. Not saying it's not good now. I have no qualms about good or bad, and I have my own opinion. And when you come aboard and work with us, then we're going to share with you the good, the bad, and the ugly of all these CRMs. And then ultimately you get to choose which one you want to use. Even Lion's Desk, right? We used to use them. We don't like them anymore because they changed their platform. REI Black Book, it's okay. You got websites, things of that nature. Can't really do too much unless you're going to spend a bunch of money on SEO, pay-per-click, letters, direct mail, and get people coming into your sites working it that way. And same thing for Real Flow, because nobody's allowing you to text blast anymore, right? Thanks to, all the lobbying and bullshit that went on with all that, and which is a joke. I'll give you my 2 cents on it. Look, the carrier's not making as much money. Lobby, do what they need to do, right? If people aren't bitching. Look, somebody texts me on my phone. I don't give, there's certain numbers that don't go and get shared, so I don't get spam. But if I have some business numbers and some other numbers and spam comes down the wire, I don't give a shit. You can just type in stop, not a big deal, or even who cares, just like email. I don't give a shit who emails me, right? Who cares? Why cry about it? Why whine about it? It's part of business, so everybody's got to eat. If you got a job, you're going to worry about the company that you work for is marketing and texting people, or even if you get text messages and it's not your business or job, who cares? So I know it's not the fellow Americans or people are doing. I don't think Canada does that. I don't think Verizon, I'm not sure. I don't think they're making people do that, right? So there's always a loophole, right? Because we live in a law state, right? Or law country, right? Where things are based on laws and things of that nature, right? So there's always going to be a gray area. There's always going to be a loophole. And investors are always the first ones to find that stuff out of the gate, right? Before it starts going to the public sector and all that good stuff. When I mean the public sector, I mean like real estate agents, brokers, lenders, businesses, and things of that nature, banks, and all that good stuff, right? Now, banks is different jam, right? Because they're big dogs. We're talking about, hey, low-hanging fruit here, right? Low-hanging fruit. Mom and pop investors, intermediate investors, high-rolling investors, newbies getting started, all that good stuff. It's all part of the jam. And like I said, we're not everything for everybody. We're not trying to be. So some people go, oh my God, you do this, and that. It's a lot. Well, when you do it every day, 7 days a week, forever, it's like riding a bike. Do you have to remember how to ride a freaking bike? No. So if you know how to ride a bike and you know how to drive a car and you can drive a stick and you can drive a truck and you can do all these things, and are you being everything to everybody? No, you're doing what you do. But what do you specialize in, right? Maybe it's riding motorcycles. Maybe it's driving cars. Maybe it's high performance cars. Maybe you like the trucks, or maybe you like the lower cars, right? See me. SUV's cool, but they're a pain in the ass to park. Been there, done that, right? And a lot of freaking room, but also like a nice little car, right? Nice car that that fits you, your personality at the end of the day. So you got to think about those things it's just part of business. Depends on how you think. But today, so I'm not rambling on. I'm going to shut this down. It's 18 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and do a chat real quick and just type in my famous words here, rock and roll. We want to do that shit. 1 second. Here we go. Chat, captions. There it is. But we like to do what's called surfing for deals. So if you want to do that really very quickly, right, you can use some templates, copy and paste, go to different websites where sellers want to sell. So then you're working with sellers that have raised their hand and they're saying, hey, I want to sell. And you're going to get them to do it. It's kind of like fishing. Get them to bite and then they come on in. But at least you're fishing in a pond or an ocean where there's freaking sellers. You're not like going, hey, hopefully, that's why they use fish finders, right? When you're out in the ocean, where's the fish? Drive on the boat. So you find, oh, look, there's a bunch of fish here. School of fish. Drop your line. Smart, right? So there's always a way to do business, but without leads, then you're dead in the water. You have to, I guess like Craig Proctor says, I'll drop his name. He's cool. He says, you're not into real estate. You're not a real estate agent, not a real estate investor. You're a real estate marketer, right? Period. That's what you are. And if you can figure that out, then you're always going to eat, because there's always going to be fish, right? Now, last cycle, doing a lot of that stuff. This cycle, still do it, but there's a lot of bullshit, a lot of noise, right? Oh, do I do this? Do I do the text marketing? Release voice message. I can't do text marketing now, so I got to get an 800 number. I got to do the A2P. I got to do this. I got to do that. Do we move to social media now and build the websites? What do we do? Do we build our own Zillow? Do we go to Zillow? Do we go to Redfin? Where do we get our leads? Do we go to the agents? Do we start working with agent outreach, right? Do we start converting and talking with them so they can bring us deals? Do we JV? Do we bird dog? Do we daisy chain? Do we copy and paste other people's deals and try to sell them? All kinds of shit is out there, right? And everybody's teaching all kinds of different methods. I say stick with the AMP Live method. Stick with the art of the deal. Stick with what works. You are the magic, and we share that magic with you, our proprietary stuff, and then work on you, and then start putting tech on top of that. One vertical at a time. Surfing for deals. Then we'll start building out CRM and technology and text, with voice messages and email. Yes, websites and funnels and AI that plugs into all that good stuff. I get it, right? But you still got to make the calls, or still got to take the calls if they come in. You still got to understand how to talk to a seller, how to work with the seller. I think we had a video last week where we did the mission is the submission. The whole mission of the call when you get somebody on the phone is to get a full submission. You're probably going, what the hell is a full submission? That means getting everything from birth until now on one call, not 2 or 3 or 4 calls, but one freaking call, and having them jump through a bunch of hoops, because we're qualifying the seller and even investors and buyers at the end of the day, even though they think they're qualifying us. Never, ever, ever is the case, right? But it's okay. You just drop the ego and you rock, right? This is about rocking and rolling. PMA, positive mental attitude, and of course the golden rule, right? What the hell is the golden rule? Some people may know what it is and some people may not. The golden rule is just treat others as you would like to be treated, right? And then pick your battles. If they treat you like shit, do you treat them like shit, or do you walk away? Right? If they treat you good, do you treat them good? Right? It's called mirroring, parallel world, sales 101, but you get to decide. And there is, yes, I hate to say the science is behind that and this is psychology, but it's true, right? There's certain things, if you do certain things, then you get certain outcomes. But if you already have done it enough times and you do a certain thing or 2 or 3 or 4, then the same outcome 9 times out of 10 is going to happen, right? You're going to know the outcome. It's almost like being a mind reader. So when I'm working with mentees throughout the United States, there's certain things they need to do, and I already know what the outcomes are going to be. If they don't do certain things, I already know what the outcome is going to be. We know what the outcome is going to be, but sometimes you got to let them go get beat up, right? If you go start a fight with somebody and you were the one starting it, do you go and coddle and say, oh, no, and protect your mentee or your child? Or do you let them say, okay, you sure you want to move forward? You're just there to watch and to make sure no one gets hurt. But if you're going to go start a fight with somebody, better be prepared. When they start kicking your ass, then we got to step in, right? And if you start kicking their ass, we're still going to step in, right? Because there's regulation to all that good stuff, right? At least that's the analogy that I'm laying on the table, okay? In other words, you need to know. And the golden rule is going to help you from starting fights, right? If you're having a bad day or you just don't like the person, I get it. We're all human beings. There's people I don't like. I look at your face, I might not like you, right? The way you talk, I might not like you. But you're going to get a vibe for people when you do this business. Psychologically, you can kind of get a sense for who they are, what they are, whether they're bullshit, not bullshit, true people, untrue people, scrupulous, unscrupulous. It's just part of the business. That's why you have to vet. So I get it. You adjust, adapt, or perish. I say adjust, adapt, and rock and roll. Now, there's some that are pivoting. You say pivot or perish, right? I get that. Awesome guy. He's been, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but the bottom line is, hey, pay it forward, learn from who you want to learn from. At the end of the day, if you like what I have to say, you like what we have to say, you like what we have to offer, then definitely click those links down below. There's probably an AMP Live survey. Soon there's going to be, yes, a website with the pages, and you can go book an appointment with myself, because in the beginning, it's always going to be, no matter what, going to want to talk with you to see if it's a good fit for the one-on-one. And as the other programs start dropping through AHA University, the 90-day program, 30 days to a deal, 5 days to a deal, sub-2 master program, and other things, even for real estate agents and brokers that will be dropping in or AHA University, then that's a different jam. You get videos and stuff, and I'll always be on top of that because I want to make sure that we're producing. And that's right, the word is producing an awesome product, awesome coaching. And if you decide you want that one-on-one love, then we're here to do that. I don't think it'll ever change, but it might. We'll see, right? But a lot of people move from the one-on-one to the one-to-many to the many-to-many, like Cardone. He's at that level already, right? Mr. Billionaire, so he's rocking and rolling, so it's many-to-many. Become a coach for me, right? That's awesome. Then if that's your goal, beautiful. Is it our goal? Hell yeah, of course. I want to bout the earth, right? With Amp Live, I want to bout the earth with Americans helping Americans. That should be your goal for any brand that you put out there as well, okay? Or if it's just, hey, wherever you want to be, success is different for everybody at the end of the day, okay? You can think big, you can think small, and sometimes when you think big and you're going boom and you achieve it, you're going, shit, I should have went bigger. So like Cardone said, he goes, shit, I should have thought bigger. I should have thought more money. I should have changed things. We're all going to learn at different pivotal times in our careers. But if you want to take the fast track, then find a mentor, whether it's us, myself, and our team for AHA, Americans Out Americans, Amp Live, and VIPeXecs Realty and Lending, or it's someone else. Guarantee it. We're going to be here. We're not going anywhere. At the same token, right now, it is still a selection process for Amp Live, the American Mentee Program, and still a selection process for VIPeXecs because we're looking for good agents, looking for buyers agents. And if you're a listing agent rocking and rolling, hey, we'll work with you. We'll work with you to help you expand and grow. Yes, and be able to make more money. That's what it's about, right? So we're doing the lead gen. We're going to plug all that in for the agents and buyers and things of that nature to come in for VIPeXecs. But Miss Elizabeth will be doing the interviews as well as myself, and we double check them and with a few other people. And if it looks like a good fit, then hey, we'll give you a proposal to come aboard. Same thing for Ant Live. We talk with people. We've turned down people who say, look, man, they're just not a good fit. Doesn't matter how much money they got or whether they think they're going to pay for something, because those are the ones that are paying for something and think that they can treat our staff and other people like they bought a widget, like they bought a car, like they bought something physical. One-on-one is intangible, right? It's like an attorney. It's like a doctor, right? You pay for certain things and skill sets that you don't have that others have paid for, like myself and others that work with me, including Elizabeth, right? In regards to their knowledge. I learned that a long time ago when I found my mentor. He had 40 years, houses, apartments, all that good stuff. Had another mentor, all apartments and commercial stuff. So, everybody has their jam, but you got to bring tremendous value to them. And you got to show up to the damn party, right? A lot of people are not showing up these days. Everybody wants to be the CEO of their company. Everybody wants to come out with a book. Everybody wants to be a coach and sell your passions. I get it. That's from the internet marketing stuff. I get it. Tony Robbins, all them, they're cool. I get it. But they're influencers. And they influence other people, Americans, and even others throughout the United States. And you adapt to what's there. And they're selling a product. And that product is, well, become an influencer, right? Become a coach. Sell your passions. Maybe you love, you got a green thumb. Sell that. Put it on the web. It's not... There's a lot of pieces to it, right? It's not as easy as some people think, because if it was easy, then everybody and their mother would be making millions of dollars on internet marketing. It's the same thing with real estate. People want to do real estate. They want to become real estate, investors and moguls and stuff, but only a smaller percentage are going to make it. You got a better chance of making it with a mentor, coming aboard and working with a company like ours or others. Of course, I'm biased to ours, right? I'm, whatever you want to call it at the end of the day. It's us. Yeah, of course, because we want to look for the right people. We want to help you. That's our cause and mission, helping our fellow Americans across the United States of America. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because it is Saturday. We got work to do. I'm sure you got some work to do, but check that out. Do that. Surfing for Deals. If you want the templates and stuff, just DM, or if you see this video, reach out, DM, or click the link down below and just put it in the notes somewhere. Hey, can you send me that information for Surfing for Deals? How does that work? How can I find sellers by just copy and pasting a template or two and then watching your phone and text and email blow up with sellers who want to sell? It's got about a 30-35% response rate, right? So that means 30-35 out of 100 are going to respond back. Doesn't mean every single one is going to be a deal, but I'll give you the metrics on that. Maybe on when you get inside this group right here. See this group right there? Boom, Sub-2 Master Group. Jump in there. Jump in on inside the Creative Real Estate Investing Group with myself, Erick Paul, as your host. They'll be bringing on other people that are actually going to be hosting. So we're going to do some trainings as well with Miss Elizabeth and possibly Ray and others, that'll come aboard and do some trainings and talk about what they do and share the love with you. But right now, it's all about deals, 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 deals. Springtime's here. So the negotiating is going to be a little bit different for people because they're thinking, they have the same mentality. They hear and read what's on social media, right? Go, well, properties are going to go up. Properties going up. Properties going up. It's springtime, summertime. Sellers are going to think a certain way. Agents are going to say certain things and go after certain deals. Investors are going to go after certain deals, right? So, but investors are always about distressed properties, right? You got the ones that'll buy gutted houses, right? That are gutted and foundations all jacked up. And then there's others that want occupied properties. There's others that are okay with vacants. There's others that are okay with probates and pre-foreclosures and NODs and list pendants and all that good stuff, right? There's all kinds of different data, tired landlords. And there's a lot of people that train on different things. They train on their niches, right? They say riches and niches. The bottom line is we're going to share with you based on what you bring to the table and where you're at in your business or career. Then we're going to build a target around that, right? Got to build a game plan so we know what to do and what you need to do, whether it's buy a property a month or 3 a month or 10 a month or 15 or 100, doesn't matter. You got to have some type of game plan, right? If you're an agent and you're wanting to, dominate your area, you want to come aboard and work with us, or you want to, we're not here to, I think we had a phone call with this person wanted to come aboard, right? Like, I just want to come aboard and learn education. So while you get some education, but you got to pay it due. Nothing's free in life, right? We're not going to hire you, bring you aboard to go through all the onboarding just so we can train you so you can go ahead and split and go somewhere else, right? You got to pay some time here, pay your dues, right? At least a year or two, hang out. And if you might like it, then we're going to rock and make a bunch of money. Our goal is so you don't have to leave, right? But if you're, and that's cool. I get it being honest. So at least they're being honest, not wasting their time. But we would have figured that out sooner or later. And, and you got to snip it. So it's kind of funny that it's out there and people are doing, I get it. And say, go to YouTube, go do your stuff. It's probably not going to be a good fit. So you got to turn them down. All right. You're not here to educate them. Agents, brokers, investors, or any of that stuff. Well, you're going to get a bunch of education. We're going to lead generate. We're going to give you tons of fish as well. We also want to show you how to fish eventually, if that's what it's going to be, or figure out a piece in the team, whether it's going to be with VIPeXecs in the hub, or you're going to work in the private sector with AHA, Americans How Americans, Amp Live, and myself and others. If it's wanting to build up your own business, then hey, that's probably going to be Amp Live and the one-on-one mentoring program. But you got to come through the program and rock it, right? And we do some deals together. Or maybe it's the private sector or public sector. You get the best of both worlds. He's got a lot of people that are that are in real estate. They're getting their license, and they're going to hang it with us, right? And if they're a good fit, they get the best of both worlds. And yeah, we're working together. But our motives are, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for, right? They're aligned with PMA, positive mental attitude. They're aligned with the golden rule, right? So that's why we're super picky about who we work with, right? And who we trust, and vice versa. You got to trust each other because we know there's a lot of stuff in this world. A lot of people, a lot of different things. But we got the experience behind it, so we can see stuff that others can't, and that's a beautiful thing, right? Because we're there to guide you and help you. And if you pay it forward, then you're gonna make a lot of money. That's what it's about. And the freedom. So the other thing is, well, I don't want to work. Hey, I don't have to work. I don't have to work today. I don't have to be on here today. If I don't want to work for a day or 2 or 3 or 4 weeks or whatever, it's up to me. I can make the decision to say, no, I don't want to. Right? It's a lifestyle. It gives you the freedom. Once you understand and know this stuff, some people get on and get off the horse. I don't suggest you do that. And of course, getting into properties and buying those properties and those assets and allowing you to do the other things that you want to do, maybe other passions, right? Maybe it's growing flowers, daisies or some shit, right? Maybe it's working on boats. Who knows what it may be. But you do. So we ask you those things. What are your passions and all that good stuff? I'm going to wrap this up because it's rock and roll time. It is chow time as well. No, I'm not gonna eat this shit right here. I just keep that, right? It's just like a good, I don't know what that is. A good novelty item, kind of like the pet rock. I can't believe that it's actually there. People are actually selling that. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up. We're gonna do a little bit a couple of these QR codes and captions. We got the Amp Live Real Estate Show. You can go here. If you got deals, definitely send those deals there. It's Americans Helping Americans. We are looking for properties across the United States of America, specifically in Southern California, here in all 4 counties, Los Angeles, San Bernardino, Inland Empire, Riverside is the same thing, in Orange County, as well as Texas. All the 4 major areas in Texas. We're talking about Austin, Dallas. We are doing a little bit of San Antonio as well. And what was the other one? Houston and Ohio. Okay. So right now we are looking for peeps in Ohio. If you want to come aboard and work with us, hey, then you're going to share the love and actually dominating your area in Dayton, California, or Dayton, Ohio. I keep saying California, but Dayton, Ohio. We're also looking for an AHA protege. If you want, what that basically means is kind of like entry level or getting into becoming an AHA protege. In other words, like acquisitions and training, right? Maybe you've done some deals, you rock some deals, you understand what wholesale is. We're looking for you there, as well as in Southern California and other areas of the United States of America. But we're going to supply the data for you and the training and give you all that good stuff. Skip trace. And then we're going to work out splits and spreads for you based on acquisitions or acquisitions and training, as well as dispo, which means disposition, right? We're going to, once we acquire the property and it goes through marketing, we get it all ready for marketing and sell it off to investors or who's on our list. And if nobody buys it, then it goes to dispositions. And dispositions, well, that'll be their job. We're looking for you. If you love selling property and you think you're better at that than the acquisition side, and you love working with investors and things that nature, then that would be the way to go. And you sell those properties and you get commission. So everything is commission basis, including high ticket sales. So for the AHA University and the one-on-one mentoring program that's getting pre-launched or relaunched in pre-launch for April into May, then we're looking for you as well. Sales. So if you're a badass salesperson, you can rock some sales, high ticket sales. It is commission. You want to rock 10, 15, 20% return, or I should say commissions based on a high ticket item or high ticket items, then definitely reach out below. DM me, DM us, or someone on our team. We love to speak with you. I will obviously be speaking with you at one point sometime in the process. But if you got a track record, we're looking for you, okay? So it's not for newbies unless you can show some promise that, you are super hungry, did some sales in some other types of businesses. Maybe it's, I don't know, solar, whatever. Whatever it is, commission-based, knocking on doors, door knocking, whatever, making phone calls or in-house, boiler room, whatever. Don't care where you come from or what area you're at. Not here to judge, as long as you're able to close, sell, in an ethical manner, then we love to speak with you. Okay, so we're gearing up for that, as well as gearing up for deals. If you have deals on the private sector, send them over. At the same token, we are recruiting people for VIPeXecs Realty and Lending. If you're an agent or you want to become an agent, or you're in the pre-phase, I'm thinking about it. Well, reach out. I'll get you in contact with my broker, and then we'll go ahead and you can have a chit chat, see if it's a good fit. If it's a good fit, then awesome. We'll welcome you aboard. Period. Welcome aboard the family. All right. So that's a lot that I've dropped on you today, but definitely reach out if you like what's happening here and you want more information on what we do. Definitely reach out below. You can text the 909 number, 909-341-6629. Again, I'll pull it up in a second before we drop off. Also, if you have deals, definitely send them over. Send them through the DM or send them through my email. Or if you have my number, 805 number, send them suckers over as well. We're looking for deals, sub-2 buyouts here in Southern California, fix and flip, buy and hold, all that good stuff in the Southern California area, as well as Dayton, Ohio, Texas, and I believe Missouri and Arizona, okay? So without further ado, I'm going to wrap this stuff up. I'm going to drop a couple of these things that are down below here. One is become a trusted investor. You can actually call 888-619-5577 or text, and we'll talk to you about becoming a first trusted investor. All that means is we call them friendship deals. So if we got a deal, we'll share the deals on the table after we just, paper up a little bit and make sure we're on the same page. You have the funds, we got the deals. Then we will we'll work with you there, or I should say, a friendship deal. In other words, where you'll write a check, and we write a check back, and your funds are protected by a piece of real estate of some sort, depending on what it is and where it's at and all that good stuff. But we'll present it to you. We like to call them buy orders. And at the same token, we can go here. We already got this here, right? It's who we are. Americans Out with Americans. You can buy, sell, and invest nationally. That's what we do. So we're looking for deals across the United States. So if you're in Florida, just because I didn't mention the state doesn't mean we won't buy there. As long as demographics look good and the deal looks good, and we'll underwrite it, get you a check. We're going to go ahead and pick this up. Here's another one right here. If you are a buyer in any capacity and you're looking for deals, anything that's overflow, or if you're looking for something and you're going, look, I'm looking for deals in, who knows, Northern California. All right, it doesn't matter where it is in the United States of America. If you're looking for deals, then get with us, right? We'll chit chat like this in person or on live on the internet, or the Zoom stuff, or in person if you're in Southern California, or maybe you're vacationing, but whatever it may be. The bottom line is, if you're a buyer and I call them buy orders, right? You're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 properties, 20 properties, 100 properties. As long as we know that you got the cash, then we'll put the money into getting the deals and bringing them to the table and serving them up to you. And so that's an opportunity as well. That's there at become a VIP buyer through AmericansHelpingAmericans.net, as well as the rest of it, right? Because then if you need somebody after you fix them and flip them or buy them and hold them or whatever it may be, or relocation, then, hey, we have that mortgage or the mortgage side for you if you need that to get sellers or buyers qualified, as well as the real estate side to get those properties sold for you. So it's all in-house, as well as marketing, guerrilla marketing, all those things. And if you have those pieces and any piece you do not have, we will plug in for you. Okay. So it's a beautiful, beautiful, lovely thing, especially when you've been in this business a long time and there's different ways of getting it done. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put this up for the Meetup group, SoCal Meetup group. Text now 9093416629, and we'll add you to the list. And if everything, we'll have a chit chat, talk. Excuse me. You'll get a text, email. And if it's a good fit, then definitely come on down. We'll work together for the meetups. And eventually, the meetups will be, these are for the private meetups. There will be public meetups as well. That's just to the general public and everybody. As long as you got a pulse and you're alive, that you can come and hang out, network, and all that good stuff. But there'll also be private meetups where it's just going to be educational. We're going to meet privately with us, ourselves, our team, and others, like-minded people. Brokers, agents, transaction people, it doesn't matter. And we'll do some training. We'll work together. We'll break bread together, and we'll make some money together. The public ones will just be, hey, networking event. Come and get some free coffee, some water, some food maybe. Might be other sponsors that maybe it's marketing, or maybe it's going to be someone from PropStream, or maybe it's for the title, transaction people. Obviously, we'll be sharing what we know through AHA, Americans Out with Americans, and AMP Live, as well as VIPeXecs, Realty, and Lending. Also want to say thank you to the sponsors, Amp Live Media, and yes, VIPeXecs, Realty, and Lending. We're doing all this stuff right here. We'll plugged all in and all this good stuff. We're going to be in the Inland Empire next week. So if you want to do some door knocking, want to make some phone calls, want to do some call blitz action, then definitely reach out. Okay, so we'll be promoting that probably throughout the week. There might be a landing page of some sort if you actually want to get involved in that. The AHA Protege program is being relaunched as well. And that's just for people who just want to come in and dial. The mission is the submission and make some money. All right. Look forward to speaking with you. Look forward to rocking and rolling with you. Without further ado, and as always, rock and roll in all that you do. Never, ever give up. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.